What's up everyone, it's day 13 in the Celebrity Big Brother house and the backstabbing is truly well underway and a veto competition is coming up that could change the game. So welcome to Big Brother. Wait, that's Julie's line. Welcome to your live feed update. Now folks, right before we get started, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and also hit the like button and the bell icon while you're at it. It literally takes 2 seconds and I'd appreciate it so much. Okay, so yesterday the house guests were discussing if they think that the veto competition is going to be live, and indeed it will be, folks. Tonight we're getting the live veto competition. That makes it a lot more exciting in my opinion, because if somebody like the head of household wins it, if Chris Kirkpatrick wins it, we'll come onto this live feed update and, you know, I'll be debating, you know, is he going to use it, is he not going to use it? Well, I think we all know he probably isn't going to use it, so that's why I like the live one, because we have less time to think about it and it's more exciting if somebody specifically on the block wins it. Hooray, this is great stuff. I mean, personally for me, I really like Mariah and I really like Chris Kattan, but personally for me, and I think my dog is very passionate about this as well, if you can hear him barking, I would like Chris Kattan to win the power of veto. That's what I am most excited for. If he can win the veto, that will make me very happy. As much as Mariah seems like a lovely girl, lovely down-to-earth girl, I really like her, Chris Kattan is the one for me, and apparently for my dog as well. Todd was saying to Miesha that he believes that the final four should be himself, Miesha, Lamar and Chris Kirkpatrick, and everybody else can go. That's very interesting to see Todd all of a sudden spring to life, you know, and I think he needs to get a little bit of a reality check in the house, because if he thinks Miesha wants to take him to the end, he's sorely mistaken. I think he might have a little bit of a misconception of who his real allies are. Todd, I think to most of the house, is quite expendable and will easily be somebody that in a couple rounds time will just be placed on the block if somebody comes off that they didn't want to come off, and then he'll go out of the house because it won't ruffle feathers. So Todd, I think, needs to take a reality check and realise he needs to be working with the likes of Carson and Cynthia, because, you know, the people in power like Chris Kirkpatrick and Miesha and, dare I say, Toddrick, you know, they're not going to keep Todd around, you know. It baffles me every single time. Thing is, Todd isn't going out of his way to suck up to the power like Toddrick is, so I don't have that disdain towards Todd, not Toddrick. There's usually somebody on a Big Brother season, and I'll use this person for an example. Kevin from BB22 All Stars. And I know there was a lot of people on that season where people go, oh, I don't like that person because they tried to get Janelle out, or Kesa out, or, you know, I didn't like Tyler, or because he wanted to quit, I didn't like Cody because yada. For me personally, I think the worst person that season was Kevin. Don't hate the guy, you know, but I don't dislike him or anything, but his whiny attitude towards the game and sucking up to the power I didn't like. He complained every single time he was on the block and whinged, and then, you know, as soon as one of his friends was there to, you know, try and pick him up, or one of his allies was there to try and help him out, he just ran to Cody or ran to Tyler or ran to Nicole Franzel and whinged and whined and then tried to get that other person out and just threw them under the bus basically, and he got what was coming. He got to the jury, but he didn't, in my opinion, play any form of a respectable game. I don't think Todd's on that track. I feel like Toddrick might be going towards that, only because Toddrick's in a little bit of power right now. He's not in the Kevin kind of position. However, if he is on the bottom at any point, he will probably turn into a Kevin. That's not Kevin from BB19. I need to clarify that, because I absolutely love my guy Kevin from BB19. Oh, the man is a legend. I've spoken to him on Twitter a couple of times and he just seems like the nicest guy ever. Kevin from BB22, to specify that one. Shayna was talking about Miesha extremely candidly to Chris Kirkpatrick earlier. She basically had a moment where she kind of lost it with Miesha. She kind of said, I can't stand her, nobody likes her, and she's an asshole. She didn't hold back. And I know it's, you know, be kind to one another and all that, but it's Big Brother and we kind of want to see all these heads butting, people clashing and stuff like that. And to be honest, I feel like Miesha is somebody who is a bit my way or the highway kind of person, you know. Shayna is somebody I think who is very switched on. She has surprised me so much, and I'm very impressed with Shayna. I thought coming in she'd probably be a bit of a follower and she'd just follow the power. She hasn't. She really hasn't. She's having the right conversations with the right people, and she's not going around going, oh, it's too early to make a big move and all that crap. Listen, if Shayna's in power, she ain't going to mess around. I feel like she'd probably put Toddrick and Miesha up on the block. I might have to eat crow. She might not do that. I believe that she would make that bold power play, and I respect her for that. Later on, she did kind of say to Chris Kirkpatrick, I want to apologise for my comments earlier. You know, it got a little bit heated. And Chris was like, yeah, don't apologise. You know, I just wanted to know that you calm down, all that kind of stuff. But listen, right, I feel like she showed what she truly thought of Miesha there. She wouldn't have said it if you didn't think it, you know. I know there's that whole argument of when in the heat of the moment you say things worse, but I feel like... It's like, you know, when people say when you get drunk, you say, you know, drunk you says the sober thoughts, and I think that is kind of true. 99% of the time, I would say people are a lot more relaxed and open their mouth a lot more. Shayna wasn't even drunk; she was just in the heat of the moment. So I think there's truth to how she feels about Miesha, and yeah, she's not happy with her. Let's just put it that way. Another conversation, a very important conversation, in fact, that Chris and Shayna were having, where if Carson wins head of household, they are looking forward to that because they want him to be the person to put up Miesha and Toddrick. I don't think Chris has the balls himself to be able to do that. It's a shame, really. I've heard him say the phrase this week, it's too early to make a big move. Shut up. Listen, I know I'm always for positivity on this channel, but when it comes to Big Brother, I'm passionate about it, and I will not criticise a person, but I will criticise somebody's game, and that, when you say it's too early to make a big move when we're almost halfway through Celebrity Big Brother, that is BS if you ask me. He needs to just basically say, no, listen, make the big move, pull somebody off the block when the veto comes around, and put Toddrick up and send him out the door. It's the power play, or even Miesha, just one of the two. Don't have somebody else doing your dirty work when you can't be bothered to do it yourself. I mean, I guess you can make the argument that you can do that, but there's no promise that Carson's going to win head of household. You've got the power now. Make that move while you have the power. Wow, I'm talking about this as if it's a serious political issue, but to me, and I know to a lot of you guys, Big Brother is something that is very close to your heart. It certainly is with me. I love it, and I want to see good gameplay. I really want to see it badly. But anyway, take a breather. 1, 2, 3, folks. Just breathe with me. It's all going to be okay. I'm looking forward to the veto competition tonight. Can't wait to see who wins. I really kind of hope it's Chris Kattan. I'd love to hear what everybody else thinks. And let me know who you would like to see win the power of veto tonight. Now for the big question of if somebody does come down with the veto, if Chris Kattan comes down or Mariah comes down, who is Chris Kirkpatrick, Chris in Sync, going to put up on the block? And the answer to that is most likely Cynthia Bailey, which is a real shame. The target will shift to Chris Kattan if Mariah does come off the block. It's not a case of whoever goes up is going to become the target, unless something miraculous happens where he decides to make a bold backdoor. If those discussions do end up coming up today. It will likely be if Mariah comes down, Cynthia will go up, Chris Kattan will be out the door. I don't like that at all. It's a no from me, in the words of Simon Cowell. It's a no from me. And I just don't like that idea. I don't want to see Mariah go. I don't want to see Cynthia go. And I don't want to see Chris Kattan go. That sucks. Y'all are welcome to boo right now. I won't be able to hear you, but please boo at the screen. Not at me, but at Chris Kirkpatrick for making that move. Doesn't sit well with me, folks. But I think, I guess things could go skew if, and you know, things always go not the way we plan it in Big Brother, and Cynthia could end up on the block and she goes out and Chris Kattan stays. Who knows? Expect the unexpected. That's the phrase of Big Brother. Toddrick did express at one point that he would rather see Lamar or Todd go this week. I think Lamar is another viable option to put up on the block because he even said he doesn't want to be there. However, I will say for a second, he's an absolute legend. I think... I was about to say effing legend there, but I feel like I'm keeping the language on this channel. He's extremely funny. He doesn't realise how funny he is. He's very unintentionally funny. He's just great. He doesn't know where he is. He doesn't know what he's doing. He just knows he's probably getting some money for it, and he gets to sit in the house all day. That's why he just seems like a really great guy who is full of laughs, and I really like that a lot. However, when it comes to the game, like I said, I'm rooting for Chris Kattan. I still remain unbiased on this channel. I express who my favourites are, but when it comes to gameplay, I'll always commend somebody, even if I don't necessarily, I'm not rooting for them. I still commend if they've done something good. And you know, Lamar, I will say, is not a good game player, but he's an incredible entertainment factor in this season, and I really like that a lot. Chris Kattan, not playing a good game at all, just seems like a really nice stand-up guy, and I respect that so much. it doesn't take much to be nice to people, and it's so rare. I would say, in my opinion, I think it's less and less common to come by people, you know, like that in this day and age. And I'm sure a lot of you would agree, and that's why I really, really like Chris Kattan, and I just commend him for that, and I've got a lot of respect for him. But yeah, I think Lamar could be another option. Cynthia was pushing slightly to Chris in sync that Lamar could be an option to go up on the block rather than her, because she feels that Lamar would be kept and nobody would vote him out because everyone gets along with him. And Chris Kattan would be sent out the door swiftly, or, you know, whatever would happen. Or Mariah would be for that case, but Mariah seems to be the solid target this week. Toddrick isn't necessarily wanting that, but I don't necessarily think he's going to get what he wants. Cynthia was talking to Carson and Shayna later in the evening, saying that if she wins head of household, she's putting Miesha up on the block and she's heading out the door, and she said she'll happily walk out at that point, and her work there would be done. I love that. I love the confidence. I love the fact that she's not messing around. I feel like so many times in modern day Big Brother, it's, oh, it's too early to put this person up on the block. Oh, I'm scared to make this big move. Shut up. Shut up. It's Big Brother. You didn't go there to make friends. You go there to make big moves and win big money. That's how it works. Sorry to be blunt, but I just love the fact that Cynthia is being blunt as well and saying that's what she wants to do. She's setting her mind out. She's not going to be, you know, dilly-dallying around and saying, oh, I'll put this person up first and then this person. No. She's going to put her up on the block and she wants her out the door. I love that. I think it's great. I think of a couple more in Big Brother history. I'll talk about Big Brother 21 for a second. There's 2 head of households where I thought, boom, amazing. They just walked straight out. You know, there wasn't any kind of side plans or anything like that. It was, this is what I'm doing, and it was people putting up the big targets. I respect it so much. Cliff did it. Cliff Hogg, the legend. Pardon me, folks. Cliff did it. He put Jack and Jackson up on the block. Shout out to Cliff as well. Go subscribe. He does live feed updates. And then the other person who also does Big Brother coverage, Jess Milagros on Girl Let's Agree to Disagree. Go subscribe to her as well. Both awesome, Cliff and Jess. Jess did the same. She put Jack and Jackson up. Brilliant. They didn't mess around, bold moves, power play, and Cynthia's going to do that if she wins head of household. So for me, I wouldn't mind seeing Cynthia win head of household tonight. That is all of your live feed updates for today, folks. I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching. Please let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below. How are you feeling about tonight's eviction? Who would you like to see win the power of veto? Who would you like to see rise to power as the head of household? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section below, as I said, folks. I hope you're all staying safe, staying positive, and staying healthy out there. And remember to be kind to one another. That is super important, that one. Be kind to one another. But folks, in the meantime, please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, do all of that stuff. But until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.